From MetsMinors.net headline, Mets top prospects by position, first base. But before we get into this video, you need to hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here at the baseball hut. I'm very goofy at times, especially when I start doing these videos. It's supposed to be very serious. Got to do this very seriously. But hit that subscribe button. And of course, like the video and the comments. The Mets entered the 24 season with long-term uncertainty surrounding the first base position. As Pete Alonso enters the final year of his contract with the Mets could be looking at a new starting first baseman beginning in 2025. Mets have a handful of interesting names down in the farm, including one of them two prize prospects Mets received in return for Justin Verlander at the 2023 trading deadline. In the big leagues right now, Pete Alonso and Mark Vientos. The Mets at their 24 with Pete Alonso as their starting first baseman. Alonso has been the starting man for the Mets since he debuted at the start of the 2019 season, and has been the most prolific power hitter in team history. Alonso enters the year with 192 home runs, tied for fourth all-time in team history. The 2016 second-round selection put up a slash line of 217, 318, 504 with 46 home runs and 118 RBIs. I would mention the month of June was the worst month in the history of his career. He had an injury. I'm not making excuses for him, but he had an injury, and he had a lousy number 5 hitter batting behind him. He didn't have a 5 hitter. He had nobody batting behind him. With 5 full seasons under his belt, Alonso has posted 870 OPS and is averaging 45 home runs per every 162 162 games. One of the highest marks in the sport's history. Really? Simply put, the Mets are into 24, one of the premier power hitters of all time. Okay, there you go. Re-sign him. Behind Alonso figures to be Mark Vientos, who showed signs of life in the final month or so of the Mets season. Overall, Vientos hit 211, 253, 367 with 9 home runs over the course of 65 total games. Vientos' best stretch came between September and October, when he put up a 739 OPS with 6 homers over 24 games. Vientos could be the Mets starter at designated hitter, but also finds himself as the second first baseman on the depth chart behind just the incumbent starter Alonso. Defensively, first base could be the position that best fits Vientos long term, but the American Heritage High School product will have to wait a minimum 1 year before being able to see if he can be a long-term answer at first base for the Mets. Prospects on the farm. Number 1, Ryan Clifford. Ryan Clifford, a 2022 11th round selection by the Astros, was one of the better prep bats in the 2022 class. When they say prep, that means high school. But dropped to the 11th round due to his Vanderbilt commitment, one that some teams felt would keep him from professional baseball. However, Clifford has matched his way through a strong minor league career so far and has become a back-end top 100 prospect. The lefty masher put up a slash line of 262, 374, 480, 854 OPS with 24 homers overall. Performed much better in the Astros organization than in the Mets organization. Clifford matched just a 683 OPS and 6 homers with the Mets, a sizable step down from 2 homers and a 945 OPS in Low A Fayetteville, and then 16 homers and a 903 OPS in High A Ashford. Clifford came out of high school in North Carolina as a corner outfielder, but has largely played first base over the last year. Clifford only played 3 games at first base in 2022 at being drafted, but then played 52 games at first, with another 55 games split between left field and right field in 2023. Clifford figures to receive a larger share of first base time this year and could do so starting the year in Double-A with Binghamton. Number 2, JT Schwarz. Schwarz, a 2021 4th-round pick out of UCLA, has struggled at times in his professional career, but put together a strong 23 campaign that was the best of his career. Between Double-A Binghamton and his rehab assignment in late July, Schwarz posted a 305 batting average with 4 home runs. While Schwarz has struggled with power as a professional, he has still managed a successful start to his career. The left-handed hitter missed a decent chunk of the 23 season, including most of all of June and July. In total, Schwarz only managed 72 games in the second full season, 27 less than he played in 2022. Schwarz had only played first base prior to the 2023 season. However, He played 14 games in left field last year, with 12 of those games being during the Binghamton playoff run. Schwarz figures to continue to be a first baseman with the Mets, but his versatility has become an added bonus to his prospect status. Schwarz becomes of much larger importance if Pete Alonso is to walk in free agency, considering he's the Mets' first base prospect that's closest to the major leagues. Schwarz played 66 games in Double-A last year and figures to start the year in Triple-A as the starting first baseman. The number 3 best prospect at first base for the Mets, Yahiro Seas. 2023 was a tale of 2 seasons for Seas. The 2021 international free agent signing started out off by dominating the Florida Complex League to the tune of a .1021 OPS, highlighted by an on-base percentage of .444 and 23 games at the level. At the Florida Complex League level, Seas split his time almost 50-50 between the corners of the outfield and first base. Once Seas moved up to low A St. Lucie, he found more of the same defensive positioning and near even split between the corners of the outfield and first base. However, the main drop-off would be his bat. The 20-year-old matched a .662 OPS, with the St. Lucie squad bringing his overall season-long OPS crashing from .1021 to .836. The overall mark for Seas was still impressive and shot Seas' prospect status upwards. However, overall, he had .260 with 6 homers and 28 RBIs in 46 games. Seas figures to start the 2024 campaign a repeat of St. Lucie, where he played just 23 games. The lanky left-handed hitter figures to be one of the more prominent bats in the Mets lineup, but could see a power jump as he continues to fill out his frame and enters his age 21 season. At number 4, age 21, Jose Hernandez. The Mets' depth with first base prospects takes a bit of a decline here after Clifford, Schwarz, and Seas. Next, Jose Hernandez comes in at a number 4. Hernandez, initially a catcher, put up a respectable campaign with the low-A St. Lucie Mets posting a .741 OPS with 6 homers, 23 of his 41 games played at first base. Hernandez played 42 games in the 2019 season, but managed 13 games between 2020 and 2022. Hernandez made it into 13 games in 22, but posted just a .352 OPS in those games. Hernandez missed a few weeks of the summer due to injury and was mainly playing a part-time role. However, due to his recent success, Hernandez figures to get more playing time in 2024, injury permitting. Hernandez was signed to Double-A Binghamton at the end of the season on September 12th, but was not activated until the 28th and never made it into a game. Ultimately, it is hard to see where Hernandez starts the 24 season, but High A Brooklyn might make the most sense. Number 5, Joe Schwarz. The former Boston College Eagle, and there is an article that the New York Newsday put out the past few days. The former Boston College Eagle finished his career at BC, undrafted in the 2020 MLB amateur draft, but latched on with the Mets shortly after. In his 3 seasons with the Mets, Schwarz has gone from a non-prospect to being on the cusp of the major leagues. In 2023, Schwarz spent a third of his time in Brooklyn, Binghamton, and Syracuse, posting a .270 batting average with 7 home runs. Schwarz splits time between the corner outfields and first base, while also getting reps at DH. Ultimately, Schwarz profiles a defender who can man the corners while also handling his own at first base. Schwarz's rise from UDFA to AAA is well documented in the Mets system, and has recently become one of the better success stories for the Mets player development system. Now, Schwarz is a good example that you don't need to be a big contract guy coming out of the draft. TJ Rivera was one of those. He was an undrafted free agent, made it to the majors. So he might be the next guy, Schwarz, to make it to the majors. So anybody can do anybody that's in the minor leagues, if they work hard, do what they can make it to the majors. But it's hard. So if you hear about anybody being negative about a player that Mets draft or don't draft, you never know. Player that's drafted 20th overall, which is how many rounds now that the draft goes, could be the best player in baseball. You never know. That's how baseball is. And of course, a number 1 pick could be a bust. And we've seen plenty of those in all the sports. So You let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.